Welcome back to another phase in the series that I'm presenting on reloading, pistol ammunition in particular. This particular segment I'm going to show you a little bit about how we prep and clean brass prior to reloading. So when I am at the range, I always look around and people call me a brass chicken because I pick up pretty much anything I can find that is reloadable. I kind of pick up just anything at the range, and then I separate it when I get home based on caliber and whether or not it is in fact reloadable. You'll find some cases on the range that are made out of aluminum, and they're kind of a dull silver finish, just like you would expect raw aluminum to look. And then you'll find brass cases, which of course are fully reloadable, assuming that they're not damaged. You'll also find some nickel plated brass cases, which I really like because they look really nice, and when I reload those in a competition, I know that brass is mine, so there's never any argument about whether or not I get to pick it up or not. And then you'll find some steel ammo, which is probably your Russian based ammunition, the Wolf ammo that is maybe even Berdan primed and not boxer primed, and it is not reloadable. So once I separate these cases into their respective calibers, kind of make sure that they're all usable, then I throw them into my vibratory tumbler, and inside this tumbler I have a mixture of corn cob, walnut shells, and a little bit of rice. Nothing really scientific about that process, other than it works for me. I spray a little bit of car wax, the spray-on car wax. You can use metal polish. Try not to use anything with ammonia. From what I understand, ammonia breaks down brass and weakens it. I think it makes it brittle. But they do sell some case polishing liquid that's really cheap. It's available at Midway USA or your local hunting store. These are 50 caliber, 50 AE, which have been tumbled for about 4 hours. If they've been left on the range and have corroded somewhat, they're not going to be this shiny, nor are they going to ever polish up as new. But if you pick them up and it's your brass and you take care of it, it's going to come out pretty nice, and it's going to look really good, and it makes really good candidates for reloading. So once we do that from 4 hours, some people can let it go overnight. I've heard of people leaving it in there for a week on accident, and really doesn't hurt it. Just like I said, do some quality control checks, make sure there's no obvious damage. Once you get into precision shooting, maybe bench rest shooting, you're going to go in and measure case lengths and size them appropriately. But for all practical purposes, my brass, if it fits, it's going to get reloaded. So over here on the right is a Frankfurt Arsenal case separator, case media separator. What you do is you dump the vibratory tumbler into this colander basically, and close the lid and rotate it a few times, and it leaves the brass cases inside this colander type unit. So if you see, it actually closes down, and you rotate it. There's a pin that goes in here. Rotate it, and then about 10 rotations and your brass and your media is separated. And at that point, it's ready to deprime, resize, powder, flare, put a bullet in, and crimp. And then you've got a finished load like I showed you in the first video I posted. This tray is just a tray. I probably got this with a barbecue or something, and what I use it for is an initial cleaning to knock out any spider eggs, dirt clots, 22 casings out of the initial range find. If you notice right there's a 22 case that came out. Sometimes some of the smaller brass like 32 and 380 fall through, but it's just kind of a rudimentary way of sorting. You can buy special plastic tubs that sort 9mm 40, 45, but I'm pretty cheap, so haven't gone there yet. And if you manually sort it, that's just another level of quality control. So if you have any questions, post them on YouTube, and I'll either make an additional video or answer the questions. Thanks for watching.